Yeah, a quick counsel for someone who is having an issue with a loved one. Many of us always think that because someone has an issue with us, with our attitude, or with some particular things about us, we feel like the person does not love us. That is not true. The fact that people have some issues with your attitude or some ways you do things does not mean they don't love you. That is one truth we should always have in our minds. Just because someone complained of something about you doesn't mean they don't love you. All right? Because if you are actually in a relationship with someone, especially in marriage, and you begin to discover that the person is complaining a lot about some of your attitudes or some ways you behave, it's not for you to begin to think, oh, he doesn't love me, she doesn't love me. Or perhaps you say, oh, he doesn't love me anymore, or she doesn't love me anymore. No, the love is there. The love was what brought the both of you together. If there was not love, you wouldn't go as far as you've gone, except on deception cases. Okay, people can act to just get what they want for a while, but I'm not talking on that. I'm talking on real love, when you actually know that this person has done a lot to prove his love to you, and you've been together for quite some time, and you're convinced in you that this person loves you. So but all of a sudden the person is complaining. So does that mean the love is no longer there? No, it doesn't mean the love is no longer there. It's just that he has noticed some attitude about you that he doesn't like. And for him to have complained is also a sign that he wants you to change, so he can both of you can make things work. So when people complain about you, don't get offended or get angry. It's all for you to fix. It's all for you to examine yourself and sit, reflect. Is it true? Okay, and we have to become selfish before we can actually accept some particular truth about ourselves. We have to become selfless. Sorry, not selfish, selfless. When you're selfless and see things from the other person's point of view, you will be able to solve a lot of issues in your relationship, in your marriage. All right. You know, imagine a husband and a wife that has been for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and all of a sudden issues begins to come up. And then the man feels like, oh, she doesn't love me, or the man feels like, oh, he doesn't love me. No, that is not true. It's just that they discover things about you that they don't like, and it's for you to fix it. I see people posting that if somebody loves you, they'll accept you the way you are. That is not true. That is not true. Love may have attracted them to you, and in being with you, they discover some things about you that is not reasonable, that's not right with them. Doesn't mean they don't love you. Rather, they will want you to change their attitude so that both of you can go along well. If not, if you say, okay, if they love you, they will accept you the way you are. So what if you're a very, very bad person and you kill people, so they should accept you the way you are? No. Whoever accepts you for a bad attitude does not love you. Whoever accepts you for a bad attitude does not love you. The one who loves you is the one that will tell you what you are doing is wrong and will help you to change, and will talk you into changing and help you to change. That is the one that loves you. But the one who accepts you for your naughty attitude, your arrogant attitude, does not love you. That is the plain truth. So don't think the one who is accepting your nonsense is the one that loves you. No. The one who is accepting your nonsense does not love you. He's just using to keep himself or herself company. You're just occupying a space for a particular time. A time will come, he will get fed up with your nonsense. Nobody likes nonsense. Nobody. So, and that was, let me give you an instance of how God proved his love for us. God loves us, but he hates some things that we do. As humans, God loves us, but he hates so many things that we do. Okay, he doesn't like cheating, he doesn't like lying, he doesn't like stealing, but that doesn't stop him from loving us. As a matter of fact, because of the love he has for us, he wanted a way to make things work. He had to send his son Jesus to us to come and fix us up so that we can go along well with him. You see how God found a solution to the problem he had with us. The same way we should find solutions to the problem we have with our loved ones. Now, the only way the problem cannot be solved is when they are not willing to comply. That is when the problem cannot be solved. And that is when you cannot make a decision for yourself. Now it's not longer your fault because you actually love the person, but the person is not willing to change. So you cannot make a decision to either stay away from the person. And that is why you see so many people today, because of some things they didn't like about their friend or their spouse or their family member, they separated from them. They allowed the things that they didn't like to overpower the love that they had for them. And that is why when they walk away and be with someone else, they still have that person in mind because the love is real. The love is still there. They still have that person in mind. So they keep thinking of that person. They wish they are still with that person. And in some cases, that is what brings about cheating. That the someone cannot forget about his ex because the love is still there. So they go back. They always go back because there is still a connection. So they only walked away because of some offenses, some things they didn't like. They would have been wise enough to remain and fix it, but they allowed the offenses to cause them to walk away. Meanwhile, the love is still there. It has not yet gone. And that is why they cannot do without thinking of their ex and going back to their ex. Okay? And which is not good because you're cheating on someone already. You're cheating on someone. So this is my point, that don't be too quick to concluding about someone because they complained about you. Don't be too quick to conclude that they don't love you, or I didn't know he was like this, I didn't know she was like this. No. Things happen. People change. Okay? So it's not for us to just conclude. Just because you have an issue with your spouse doesn't mean that he doesn't love you anymore, she doesn't love you. Find out what the problem is and let the memories of how you started keep you standing. Let it keep you going. Let it keep you fixing things up, okay? Because even if, I tell you the truth, even if you leave your spouse today and you want to go and be with someone else, you're going to still meet someone who is going to complain about some things about you. Are you going to leave the person? You're not perfect, so they're going to always find something about you that is not right, okay? So it's for us to work on ourselves and appreciate what we have in our relationship. Let's appreciate our loved ones, even though they are complaining or they they are not perfectly the way we want them to be. Let's appreciate them and show them that love by helping them to change, and let us enjoy the relationship that God wants us to enjoy. Okay? God allowed husband and wife to be because he wants us to enjoy companionship of marriage. God allowed friends to be because he wants us to enjoy the companionship of having someone to rely on, to talk to. God allowed us to have companionship, family ties because he wants us to enjoy the companionship of family. Okay, in any relationship you can think of. Okay, so let's work on ourselves and see to it that we build our relationship and not just walk away. Don't walk away from people you love just like that because of one offense or the other. If you truly love, you will make things work. You find a way to make things work. God bless you. Bye.